Hey kids leaders, thanks for watching September 27th's training video. It is the last week of the month, so it's the last week that we're going to be talking about the virtue of wisdom, which, in case you're wondering, the definition for is wisdom is finding out what you should do and doing it. And the memory verse for this week is Proverbs 22:3. A prudent man sees danger and takes refuge, but the simple keep going after it and suffer from it. So, we're talking about the benefits of having wisdom and following Christ. And really the bottom line is wisdom is knowing and doing. And so lots of times we know the right thing to do, but that doesn't mean that we actually do it. So we're going to be telling the kids, talking about how when we know the right thing to do but we don't do it, it really doesn't make it any better. We need to do the right thing, especially when we know what it is. We're also going to be telling the story about Solomon in 1 Kings 3:16 through 28. I totally recommend that you guys read that. It is about Solomon and cutting the baby in half. You guys have probably read that before, where two women come to Solomon and they're like, hey, she stole my baby, and the other lady's like, no, this is actually my kid. And Solomon's like, okay, well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cut the kid in half, and then each of you guys can have half of it, right? Which doesn't make any sense, and you're like, wow, Solomon's not actually wise at all. But then one of the ladies is like, oh wait, no, don't cut it in half, she can have to let her have it. And the other lady's like, yeah, that's right, I get the kid, and now you can cut him in half if you want. And so that actually proves that the woman who said no, she can have the kid, is the actual mother, because she doesn't want her kid to die. Obviously she'd have her living with someone else than dead. So the other lady gets the kid. And so we're going to be reading that in 1 Kings 3:16 through 28. And as far as 3 through 6th grade activities this week, you have 2 spots that are going to be labeled in your kids' area that say true and false, and then you're going to read the questions and have the kids race to the right spot, and so you can have 2 teams. And so the team with the red man that answers, or the most right answers, wins, or you can do that however you want. But we have a bunch of true and false questions for you, and then 2 spots labeled true and false, so it can be a fun little game. And then we have a life-size game board game, and they're going to pick up a card from the stack and they're going to read it out loud, and then they get to move that many spaces. So it's going to say, you made this wise decision, whatever it may be, go ahead and move ahead 3 spots. Or it's going to say, you stole from your brother, go back 2 spots, whatever it is. And so just a fun little game piece, game board to talk about making wise decisions and how it's important to actually act on those instead of just knowing the right thing. For K through 2, we're going to play a game really similar to Cranium. So you're going to have 3 options. The kids can act it out, can mold it, or they can draw it, like mold it with Play-Doh. And so they're going to pick a card from the Can Do Cards pile, and then they're going to act it out and draw it. And you can have 2 teams and they can compete against each other. You'll probably have to help them read the cards because we do have so many new kids going into kindergarten or just started kindergarten. So be sure to help them out with that. Also, we have memory verse cards to help them memorize the memory verse, and they'll have straws, and so they can pick the piece of paper up with a straw, and I would have it be a race, and have the kids, racing to the other end of the room, picking up their piece of paper, sucking it in with their straw, and holding it, and running back to the other side, and then put the cards in order and help them memorize the memory verse. So those are the activities, and thank you so much for watching this video. It means so much that you want to invest in the education of these kids. I just want to remind you guys as leaders to be watching out for things that seem suspicious. Kids talking about drinking, which is kind of weird, so maybe their parents are doing it, or they have suspicious bruises, or anything like that. Also, don't go into the bathroom with kids. I know you guys have already heard that, but just reminding you, don't go inside the bathroom with kids. You can go to the door, you can hold the door open, anything like that, but do not go inside, even just the bathroom at all, not just the stall, like the bathroom when the kids are in there. Don't go in it. Thank you so much for watching this training video, and if you come and tell me the memory verse for today, you can get your Cold Stone.